Hey folks, Rob Potter here on a little video binge. It's time I become relevant again, start putting out some content. Been laying on my butt a little bit, but it's time to start the revelations. Big things are coming next year. The government will be broke on December 15th, despite the deep state's fears and the memes they're putting out of everyone going broke. It's designed to kill the economy and crash and give it all to China and put us under a one new world order of a carbon tax. Forget it. Not happening. Sadly, many people are dying from the results of things that they've willingly taken in a scam by the elites. But let's disregard all that and let's talk about the wonderful news of revelation, the revelation of truth, and the fact that the extraterrestrials will be presenting themselves in ever increasing numbers in the very near future. Mankind must become aware of their presence, must start asking questions. The mainstream media has been taken over at the highest level and will slowly begin to start telling real news. Fake news reporters will go down. The governments will not be allowed to produce their fears and lies and disinformation. This is coming very soon. Congress has been made aware of the money available through the light forces, through the KIMS, Key Integrated Monetary System. Banks are able to see this. Kim Gogan is not a lie. She is an ethical, spiritual, positive guardian of the planet. She holds the office of the guardian. It's in association with the office of the Christ. And she is also the head of the GAA, the Global Intelligence Agency. She holds the highest clearance of anyone on the planet at 74. She's in charge of the true quantum system of the planet, which used to be owned by the fallen angels. See my global restoration video to understand that. Today, I want to share with you a little information on the inner earth and the amazing life, abundance of life that's inside the earth. We have been lied to incessantly about math, about science, about healing, about our true history, about about outer space, especially about extraterrestrials and the interdimensionality and the nature of our souls as being immortal and part and parcel of God. So I would like to speak today about the inner earth. And I'm going to share with you a little thing that was discovered in 1975. There was a guy that was in the caves in Kentucky. There's a lot of inner earth access there. And there's a guy named Richard Shaver who wrote a book called The Shaver Mysteries and some other books that came out of this in regards to Atlantis and the inner earth. See, when Atlantis sunk, a lot of people fled inside the earth and up to the high mountain caves to survive. And so this is all related to the secret history and the inner earth, which we know is a Swiss cheese. There's many different civilizations, and I'm going to be going deeper into this. I'm going to introduce you into the Transylvania Sunrise series. I'm very closely associated with these books, and then I've been following them very closely. And I'll talk about my experience with a person in these books named Brad Cesar, which was brief. But let's talk about the inner earth. Dr. Frank Strange's a member of the Council of 12 on the Victor 1 class ships. They used to meet or still meet in Las Vegas near Lake, on the desert floor near Lake Mead in Las Vegas twice a year. There are 6 Earth representatives and 6 extraterrestrial representatives. I'm going to guess there's probably 3 males and 3 females of the Earth, as well as extraterrestrial representatives. They go over the situation on the Earth and they have input to various activities in which the Venusians and the Galactic Confederation of Light can make their difference. This is different than the Super Federations of Light and their military activities. Keep in mind there are thousands of super federations and federations, if not millions, throughout this galaxy alone. There is the federation which our planet will join, called the Galactic Confederation of Light. And the Earth used to be under the control of some fallen beings. We'd call them demons. They're referred to in the Bible as the fallen angels or the archons. I want to make something clear. There are positive archons. Archon means manipulator of matter. Not all archons are negative. On the Earth, many of the positive, powerful archons that were in the heavenly administration to the Earth were corrupted and fell, and the Earth kind of lost its way. And in the meantime, the guardian of the interdimensional or fifth dimensional Great White Brotherhood, many of which are advanced lineages and civilizations from Atlantis inside the Earth, or Lemuria here in Mount Shasta and Telos, are cloaked in the fifth dimension. The Venusians, many others. And there's also some breakaway civilizations from the Earth, like the Dacians underneath the Apelos mountain range in Romania. They went underground when the Romans were coming and decimating their population for gold, and they became recognized by the inner Earth where they stayed. They have bases on the surface underground. They come to the surface, and they are very much involved in the revelation of preparing humanity. They've actually, to a certain extent, interbred with some Pleiadians and other extraterrestrial races. So we have a wide variety of life inside the Earth. And I'm going to be sharing to you in a series of videos here a lot of stuff. Please make this stuff go viral. I really need the hits. I'm not even monetized, but I need information to get out, to draw people to my website. I'm not all about money, but I'm kind of hurting right now. And I would appreciate anybody who could make some donations or purchases to me. We have lots of good things going on. If anyone would like to donate their time in creating some editing and some videos and films, I have a tremendous amount of information where I need high-tech people to put together with images and various things, a lot of education that can come forth from this little channel here, or person of information. So I'm going to share with you now the inner. Dr. Frank Strange's Valiant Thor took him to the inner Earth, the interdimensional experience in the center of the Earth, where he met the giants, the wonderful positive beings inside the Earth. There were also a group of very negative beings in the sixth and fifth dimension in there that were hostile to the Earth. And again, I'm going to refer you to Kim Gogan and the Global Restoration Plan, where I'll be talking about the truth. I just did a video a little while ago about reptilians and robots glitching and Illuminati and a lot of stuff that's going to break your fourth wall of reality that you believe has been going on. So I'm going to share with you a little something. I believe this is real. This is found in the same area where Richard Shaver and the Shaver Mysteries and a lot of these things came from back in the 40s and 50s. So I'm going to share with you a book that was found, and I'll just read this as we go. In 1975, a gentleman, while mapping an unexplored section of Mammoth Cave in Kentucky, a spelunker, a cave guy, I learned that from the Hardy Boys, discovered a set of human remains clutching a photo album, and the images curiously already developed and organized. This anonymous explorer kept his discovery secret till after his recent death, and was discovered to have been donated by his family to the local Goodwill. They didn't even look at it. And what follows is an amazing find of the flora, fauna, geography, and technology and peoples of the inner Earth. Now, I believe this is real. I don't have any proof. My intuition tells me. And let's see what happens. You make your own decisions. These are all black and white. So when these were actually taken, I'm guessing quite some time ago, but let's just let you go through these. You can always pause this video and go through it a little slower. But what we see here, it looks like it appears to be on the surface or underneath. It's very difficult because these inner Earth civilizations have their own lighting, as reported by others who've been inside the Earth. These are actual lights. You see various people, and you'll notice there are various different genetic racial phenotypes and certainly different sizes of large and small. So this whole thing remains a mystery, but I'm going to have a tendency to believe this. I don't believe it's art. I believe these are actual old-fashioned photographs. We'll find out in the future, but you can keep an open mind. Looks like we have some giant dodo bird type things here. And like offshoots of turkeys. Here's looks like a smaller type gnome being, but could be like just a little person, as far as I can tell. And then we get into this very exotic stuff. This does look difficult. This looked like a friendly type of animal that is moving around. Here's a brontosaurus type creature. Here's some different beings. who knows what this is. You can see the agedness of the photo. This is a type of flying saucer, which you see quite of. Here is a brontosaurus type or something. Very difficult. Is this a snake and something? It's hard for me to tell. This looks like a type of fairy being with wings, wearing a hat. Very exotic. But you think this is exotic? I got better photos. What the heck is this? Some type of bug? Looks like a fish. Is this underwater? I don't know. Very typical of uh, Venus and other races. They build up, they build circles, they don't build squares. So this kind of gives me a reason to believe that something in this inner Earth here with these floating elements are real. These look like giant crystals to me. This is something similar has been described in underneath Mount Shasta by people who've been there. So I'll go a little slower for you. I'm psychically feeling people from the future going, you're going too fast. So looks like another view of the same area under different lighting conditions. You see some beings here, floating cities. This is kind of weird, one on an angle. There it is on an angle again. By the way, the Venusians are going into some floating activities on Venus a lot more than they normally do. I think it's what I've been hearing. And we're going to have floating cities too. You're going to have them in the sky. You already have some, but many of them are cloaked. You have something called Shambhala the Greater, which exists in the etheric above the Gobi Desert. And below in the Himalayas there used to be called Shambhala the Lesser, but that's been moved to South America. I guess there's some anticipated earth changes that are going to refocus the focal spiritual point on the planet to the feminine vortex in Lake Titicaca and the South American vortex in the Cordillera or the Andes down there. So here's another interesting picture. Looks like they do have a type of light and dwellings down there. These are spaceships. I don't know. People talk about Tartaria. Could this be it? I don't know. I will ask the Venusians about this, but you can see a pretty organized circular gardens. Reminder, this is all black and white. Check this out. This looks like some sort of alchemical workshop with a tremendous amount of distillation and elixirs and potions and stuff. I'm going to be talking about a company that makes something similar to this. And I'm in the preparations of the background of that coming up soon. So I'm going to be producing a lot of content for you folks. So you see the little beings here. Of course, you can slow this down in your video or freeze it and take a gander around. I'm going to make this a quick video. I've done about 5 or 6 today. So I'm finally producing. Here we have the wonderful pyramids again, as always seen. You know, who knows? Maybe this guy went from Kentucky to South America or the Arctic. I don't know what the time frame of this, when this was, but the photo album was found in 1875, which makes me think that a camera was taken down there, or how these were made. It's just an absolute mystery. So we see some spirals, a beaker, some sort of vortex. These look like crystals to me here, for sure. Very much, this could be alchemy. I know the alchemists have a special way of treating the essences of stones in a very complex spiritual action. Here we have a very large being, looks like a king. You know, whatever, from living inside, the genetics and how they look is completely odd, a little freakish to us, probably even scary. You know, it's hard to tell, hear exactly what's going on, but looks like it's pretty cold. They got some heavy gear on and not really sure what's going on. You see the smaller people here. Are these dwarves? Are these regular? Are these people giants? This guy looks huge on the right. So the name on it is Falsen DL. So we look here and we see that large being again. And there's some you know, are these pictures of a painting? I don't know. The story is they came from a cave. So I have a tendency to believe this is not paintings. Is this a Sasquatch type being? What is going on here? There's obviously various different races that have been inside the earth that have probably gone through quite a few iterations of who they are. This to me either looks like clothing or a Sasquatch type being. Very exotic mushrooms, obviously some writing here. And the origins of this and where it actually exists now is unknown. Dr. Frank Strange has said that he saw some grapes growing there about the size of a basketball, and he was handed one to eat. He said it was quite delicious. So it's not strange that a mushroom would be this big. And maybe these are small little people, a wide variety of people, small people living on the earth. Wait till you see the fairies of Edwin Saunders. Okay. So let's see, here's what the heck is this? A giant creature, some wild stuff here. So is this a being? Is this a coat? It looks to me like it's a coat. Now here's something more exotic. This is obviously, it could be an extraterrestrial race visiting these people inside the earth. It seems like it's on the surface, but because it's always modeled in gray, I don't really see any light, makes me think it's inside the earth. And they do have a technology that creates a type of a sunlight there, and they can actually modulate it. I know they do in Mount Shasta. Very exotic, very cool, I'm going to say. How about these guys? Okay. This looks like, some of the beings inside the inner earth that are interacting. Could these be part of the Anunnaki? There's a similar kind of look here. Are these possibly related to the parents? Are these the bad guys? Perhaps Kim Gogan's talk about this. It does look like we're looking at some type of weaponry here. Now, these look like more human type beings. I was looking at the eyelids to see if I saw any Anunnaki type glitching here, but difficult to tell. These would not be what we'd call handsome people, but who are we to judge? This guy's pretty normal. Looks like could be a nice guy. A lot of fanfare here. Exactly who, I really don't know the story here. Could these be part of the hybridization process, or what's taken place here is very unknown. Perhaps somebody in the know might reach out to me and contact me in regards to what this history is. But a lot of this stuff is being released now for people to understand as we break away from the false reality and the matrix and the lies that we've been told about what exists on the planet. Now, I may be proven that these are, fancy made up pictures, but my intuition tells me that this is fairly accurate because it talks about the Mammoth Cave, which was very closely related to Gray Barker and the Saucerian Press, the Shaver Earth Mysteries and the Fortean Sciences, and a lot of the stuff going on there. And is this looks like some sort of sculpted, I don't know, is this a train line or a track, or who knows? Very exotic. Oh, I go back here. I'm going to stop share. I lost something there. So for some reason I went out on my PDF here. So let me see where that went. So I'm sorry. I'm going to pause recording here. Okay, folks, it looks like that was the end of the inner earth photos. So that's some food for thought. There's a lot of beings inside the earth and a lot of beings outside the earth, and we're about to have our minds exploded when people realize how much has been hidden to us, the governments have basically since the 30s um, been working with the extraterrestrials. And I'm sure that, there's probably been elements within the Earth's intelligence agencies that are positive and been working with them on certain levels. Some maybe interacting with various groups, not so good, perhaps against their will. So just know that there's so much life out there. And please check out my little fairy people video. I might be combining all my videos just in one giant channel so everyone can kind of sort it out. Again, folks, I guess I can share my website. Finally, it's back up again. Uh-oh. Nope, it's not. Let's see here. Oh, here it is. So looks like my website is up again. Very excited to share this here. So website's been down for a couple days. So you got the upcoming events on the summer conference. You can click there. We got incredible deals on these books. I have some new products here. I really would appreciate the support. You can join my Inner Circle membership down here for free, or this one's only $59 and includes my book, and it gets a lot of stuff too. I just did a meeting, and we're going to have some more video posts up here very soon. So just want to thank you all for checking in, and thank you for listening to this short little video on the Inner Earth. We're going to go really in depth when we get into the Transylvania Sunrise series. That's a 7-part book series, and I got a lot of work to do. Try to get that done by Christmas. God bless you all.